We're with Frank Watkinson. He's a British singer-songwriter who's captivated audiences with his heartfelt lyrics and very soulful music. The music often explores themes of love, loss, and the human experience, resonating with listeners on a very emotional level. His style blends elements of folk, acoustic, and indie influences. I've had a chance to even collaborate by writing some lyrics for Frank. Last time we visited was about 2 years ago, and it's great to have you on the show again. Thanks, Frank Watkinson, for joining us.
That's okay. Anytime, I said.
So you're there. You're there sitting with your cat today, right? And doing it on your computer.
Cat and the dog's behind me. The dog never leaves my side.
Oh, that's cool. Well, let's for those that don't know you, Frank, tell us a bit about how you started on YouTube and how you've evolved on YouTube.
No, I've said this before. I started on YouTube. It was really, how easy is it to post something on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
And so I did I think I did Always on My Mind, Elvis Presley or Willie Nelson, whoever you like best, and got YouTube up, made a channel, and then posted it to see if it worked. And that's as far as I thought it would ever go. And I would come home from work and do another song, and then post that on YouTube, never expecting really anybody to listen. And I still, to this day, don't know what it is people see in my style, because it's very unprofessional. There's nothing crisp and clean about my guitar playing or my singing.
Yes,
I think me and you are a bit similar with the singing. It's more like we talk the lyrics, really, don't we?
Yeah. Well, we get by, but I think the act of just creating something, no matter if you have 400 followers or a million, this act of creating, and I think I'm not copying you, but I just love what you're doing, and since our interview 2 years ago, I've probably put 200 or 300 songs on my YouTube site, and it's a lot of fun. You kind of feel like you got a group, and I'm sure you feel the same way. You kind of have this group of
listeners
that chimes in, and you get to know their nicknames, and it's kind of like a family in a way.
My whole channel seems to be like one big safe place, they call it. There's not much hate or anything on the comments, and it's quite nice, really. Everyone seems so friendly. It makes you realise that all over the world we're all the same, aren't we? Really, people are the same.
Right. A lot of people, most people are positive, but it's the politics that messes us up, and we get so. I think we get so enamored with us against them. You see it on Facebook about the right against the left and the left against the right. And I think you made a recent comment on one of your talking segments that you're just going to forget about the left and the right and all the politics and just concentrate on making music.
Yeah, I have my opinions, and sometimes they're right and sometimes they're left.
Right.
But I prefer to think of, I like to see right done instead of wrong.
I totally agree.
Or left, right or wrong.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I cannot disagree with that one.
I just believe in fairness. And sometimes you get these politicians and some of the things they come out with, and I think, well, that suits them to a T, but it doesn't suit the rest of the country.
Right. Yeah, I'm the same way. I want to just kind of not concentrate on politics, and that's.
I kept getting quite often get asked both sides. It was like, will you write a song about President Trump, or will you write a song about Joe Biden?
Oh no,
something like that. Well, the thing is, for one, I'm English,
right?
So it has nothing to do with me. What my opinion is about either side,
Right.
it's got nothing to do with me because I'm not an American. And even if you do, say I did write some song about Trump,
Yeah.
you could almost lose 50% of your listeners instantly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no question.
And then if you write a song the other side, you lose the other 50%.
Right. Why?
It's like
Yeah.
dangerous thing, politics, unless you know what you're talking about. And I'm not that keen on politics. Bits on the news, but I don't follow it that much.
Well, let's talk about how you're evolving as an artist. You're in your early 70s now, and in some ways, you feel like you're hitting your stride, I would imagine, with over 1 million followers on YouTube, which it's just absolutely amazing. So take us back to when you hit 1 million followers. What did that feel like, or was that just a number, or what happened?
No, it was an achievement. I thought how many people that started when I was about 65 post on YouTube end up with 1 million followers.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And do have a couple of their cover songs in a TV show.
Yeah,
like really, it was quite a good moment. I sat there actually in the morning, and I put the computer on. It said you've got 998,997 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I sat there looking at the computer. It went click 8, and it went click 9,
and there it is.
And then it went, it went 1 million. And I said to my wife, "Look, it's just gone to 1 million." And then it went click 998 again.
Yeah.
Somebody's changed their mind.
What is your now this is probably a personal question, but does your wife applaud you? Or I know if it's my wife, she's very courteous about my poetry and my music, but she kind of gives me space and respects it. And
yeah, I think I was similar. If I write a song, she's sitting there sort of watching TV and doing her things. All the time I'm practicing and writing it and that. And when I finish it, I go, "Do you want to hear my song?" And she'll go, "I've already heard it 1,000 times." She's not. I don't think I've done a song yet that's made her get excited about it. It's because I'm me and I do what I do and she does what she does. It's like that.
Well, you should write a song about her.
Oh, I did do.
Maybe that's a personal question.
Yeah, I did do. And
so what happened?
Sort of listens. I'll do the song and I'll be singing away, and then I'll finish it and look up, waiting for a response. And she looks at me and goes, "So what do you want for dinner tonight then?"
Right.
And that's so okay.
Do you want peas and carrots, or do you want corn for your vegetables?
Yes. So
right. No, not phased. Yeah. I run into the same thing, but Debbie's amazing. She supports me in every way. She's gone to my open mics where I, played guitar very moderately, horribly, but it was a fun experience. And she's a trooper. She went with me on those, and my poetry reads.
Well, you do more than me, because I can't. I still dread the thought of standing up in front of people.
I think you're just fine the way you are, though. I mean, I don't think anybody should force you to do anything you don't want to do, and you just play so well. And your playing, I think, is even since I got to know your channel about 3 years ago. I think it seems like your playing is getting better. Your guitar playing.
Well, I thought I was getting sloppier.
Okay. We're with Frank Watkinson. I'm really honored to talk with you. I know you've been very busy with things, and we'll talk about that in a moment. This is Poets Have Something to Say, and yes, Frank is a poet, and he is a songwriter. I think we talked a little bit about this last time, but you don't think of yourself as a poet per se, do
you? No. I read your poems, and they are poems. My sort of idea of a song is like a couple of verses and maybe a chorus and another verse like a chorus. But you're right, and it's so descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call that's poetry. That is, and where sometimes some of your songs are quite. I've covered. I've done your music for them because they are in like song form.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them that I've read of yours, I think, how could I put that into a song? It's so many sort of descriptive words that don't always rhyme, because poetry doesn't have to rhyme, I know. But sometimes it's hard to get that in a song.
Yeah, I'm not the kind of person that brags, and I know you're not the bragger, you're the opposite of that, but I am proud of I think we've written 11 or 12 or 13 songs, and there's, of course, if people want to check it out on Spotify, The Worlds Apart from 2023, and then The Wondrous Night, the EP from 2024. I just enjoy it. I remember hearing, I was driving into the hospital with my son was sick, and we were driving to the hospital every day. And I had given you the music for Magnolia Tree the day before, and then I found it on my phone, and I was playing it in the car, and I was like in tears. It was just beautifully done, the Magnolia Tree song.
I've got to admit, I just love to hear someone else singing my songs.
Yeah,
because it makes me think they can't be that bad then.
Right. Yeah, they have some value.
Wants to sing them. I posted one. She doesn't show her face. It was This Could Be My Last Song.
Yes.
It was just about a week or so ago. She looks like she's probably Chinese or Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing that. I wish they'd show their faces though. She's just showing her playing the guitar.
I haven't seen that one. Send me the link when you have time on that one.
I put it on my music page. It's on there.
Oh, it is? Okay, good. I'll look for that.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
I'm not saying she does it same as me, but that's what I like. She's doing it her way. I mean, she picks for the first half and strums for the second, but it's... Mm-hmm. I also like that when people make it suit them, because that's exactly what I do with the covers I cover.
Right. I love that when musicians do that.
Yeah. I make it suit me so that I'm comfortable with it.
Yes, absolutely. I have to mention that my wife just nudged me and mentioned she loves your new song, You Make Me Smile. One of your new ones. She loves that song.
Isn't it strange that I just sat down and I'd got this A minor G to F, and I just went, you make me smile. Uh-huh. And then I thought, I need to put a little bit of a song to that. So something like C to F all the time, and then that little bit. And it's only short, and it only took minutes to really write, and people seem to like it more than the ones that I worked on.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's simplicity in music is okay, I think, if you hit the right song.
And I almost, because the ending, the last verse, she's obviously gone.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep.
And I was trying my hardest not to make it a sad ending. Mm-hmm. But I just can't resist it.
Yeah. Well, you have that element of, you have sad songs.
Yeah, there's not many people survive in my songs.
Yeah. It's not happy-go-lucky, superficial songs. You do touch some very deep topics and grief, and of course
I suppose with it though, if you wanted to, you could end it after the second chorus.
Yes, and just skip that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. We're with Frank Watkinson on Poets Have Something to Say. My mom, before she passed, deep into dementia, and I think I mentioned this to you before, but my mom, Jane McAndrew, lost her life in December of last year, and still grieving her. Tough one. She was 93, had a great life, but she would say, play that Jane song. Play the Jane song. And and that was the song "My Beautiful Jane," and we
That was
played you singing that at her memorial
that's,
in Minnesota.
that was another one that was. I got a message from another contact in America, and he said, "Have you got any songs about Jane,
Mm.
the name Jane?" And I said, I think I've got a couple, to be honest, where Jane comes in it, but not specifically Jane. And I did that one quick as well. Just, what about this? And I said he liked it as well. And I thought, I mean, I wouldn't be able to play it again now unless I went back to my video to see what I did. But that was quite a happy song, though, wasn't it?
It was a beautiful song about love and appreciation.
Yeah.
And she loved that, and she would smile. And my mom had a great smile all the way till she really didn't know who we were, but I would walk into the room and she would smile. It was beautiful.
I've done a few songs about that sort of dementia type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's mainly through listening to like friends and people that have gone through it, if you know what I mean. It's not nice.
No, it was very rough on my dad, and it was the last couple of years were really tough. But I think you tend to write songs that just really interacting with people's emotions. You have that knack of really capturing. I guess a lot of people in the comments, I hear a lot of comments saying you're like a grandfather to them, or I lost my grandfather last year and you reminded me of him. And those are cool comments. That people are really seeing you as this wise grandfather figure.
That's why I put virtual grandfather on my banner.
Yes.
And now you can buy the T-shirts as well if you want to.
Oh, well, I got to get myself a T-shirt, a Frank Watkinson T-shirt now.
Yeah, if you go on, click any of my YouTube videos, there's a banner underneath with all what you can get. It's the best. The one I like best is one's got a drawing supposedly of me and Marshall, which is okay, but it doesn't really look like me or Marshall, but it's okay. But the one I like best is just a guitar.
Yeah,
just a guitar with the peace sign on it.
That's your guitar. That's the one you use most of the time, right? With the peace sign.
Yes, only it's not. I wouldn't say it was my. It's not my. It's my cheapest guitar by far.
Okay.
But it's a very narrow neck, and I've only got short, stubby fingers, and it fits lovely when I'm playing it. I remember my granddaughter watching me playing it. She says, "You're not even looking." And I thought, well, when you've been doing something for as long as I have, you don't need to anymore, and especially if you know the guitar.
Right.
You know it, but it's the one that gets a sound that I like when I record. I've got better guitars, but when I play them, I don't know. I can't get that fullness. They're a bit too crisp and clean for me. I don't like. I've just put new strings on it.
Okay.
And for about a week or so now, I don't really like it. It's too crisp and zingy.
It's too good.
I don't like it zingy, very ringing out, and
yeah,
I can't handle that.
Well, you're used to one thing, and yeah, I'm the same way. I mean,
I like my guitars like my personality, dull.
Drum roll, please. Frank Watkinson is our guest, and now, so let me get into this a little bit more with the 1 million followers. You must be finding new ways to interact with your audience. What are you doing to? I mean, you're getting too big for your britches now, right? I mean, you're.
It's getting, in some ways, I'm getting a bit overwhelmed. Like you send me lyrics and that, and if I feel like it, I'll if I can do a song with that, I will.
Yeah.
But you're not the only one. I'm getting lyrics all the time, and I'm getting people wanting to collaborate on this, on that, and things like that all the time. And I'm starting to think, I'm not. They think I'm better than I am, and I mean, I've just done one now. Somebody sent me the lyrics, "Angel in the Bar."
Yes. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
And that was it. That was quite easy, country type style, simple to do. So I thought I'd do that. And then the next day, I got another one sent. Almost the same theme, really.
Yeah.
Well, it's on my. It's posted on my Instagram for the time being, but I'll put it on YouTube again soon. I don't like to keep putting them on too often. I have to leave it 2 or 3 days at least.
Yeah, I promise I've been pretty lax in getting you some lyrics, so I'll try to get better at that, getting you some lyrics. But I think with the grieving and stuff with my son and my mom, and
yeah. Well, I've had a bit of a block anyway since Christmas. I got COVID before Christmas.
Oh no, how did that go?
That was rough. That was 2 weeks like knocked out.
Oh my gosh,
Totally knocked out. Never been so tired. And then
it's terrible.
You after the 2 weeks, like you wake up and your feverishness has gone, so you know you're on the mend, but you're still slow. So I hardly did anything all over Christmas and most of January. But then it also with the weather, freezing cold.
Yeah.
I can't really get into music very well if it's, especially if your guitar is cold.
Right. Yeah, that's not good either.
It don't sound right. I went through that spell of we've all got digital tuners, and you tune it and it's absolutely perfect, but it doesn't sound right.
Well, you're always modest, and it's a wonderful quality you have. You're like the opposite of somebody. Most of show business now is bravado and all this ego, and it's just so refreshing.
I want to be a million miles away from show business.
Yeah. You're not going to be on the golden carpet anytime soon, then probably.
No,
the red carpet.
In lockdown, I got an email from America's Got Talent to go on there.
No way, really? Really?
And I turned that down mainly because I wouldn't go anyway, but also because it was lockdown and it was in America.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And then last year, I got another email from Britain's Got Talent.
Wow. Yeah.
Turned them down as well.
Yeah, you could go to 2 million followers that way pretty quickly, Frank. But I
could also get on. I mean, it would have been at the London Palladium, and I'd have walked on stage, and I would have frozen.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of that too.
I mean, it's different. I mean, it's bad enough. I have actually years ago took my guitar down to a pub one New Year's Eve and played a couple of songs. But mainly it was everyone sort of drunk and I was just strumming while they sang.
Right.
Yeah. And because it was like party atmosphere.
Right.
That's different. Well, you stand on a stage and there's just a crowd. I know I can do it.
So what's in the future? Are you gonna continue to expand your online presence? Do you think?
My cousin told me a long time ago when I started getting a lot of followers, he says, whatever you do, Frank, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. I'll do a couple, might do one of my songs, post that, someone else's lyric song, post it, and then I might do another cover. That's the ones that get all the views is when I do a cover. And if it's a cover of some artists that people really like, they go mad. It was Billie Eilish's cover that got me to the 1 million subscribers.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think that must have brought at least 200,000.
Yeah, and she certainly is a hot artist, very,
Yeah.
very popular artist. Well, we got just a few minutes left. I don't know if you've got a guitar, you could sing one for us, or otherwise you want to read some lyrics, or you could just leave us with some final words. How would you like to?
I'll try and if I can find it. No, my computer's locked up.
Oh, that's
I
okay.
can't do that song. I don't even know if this is the new strings now, so they might be out of tune already.
Oh, okay. No pressure.
So zingy it is.
That sounds okay.
Yeah. I can't think of I can't think of the song now. I'm trying to do a song and it goes something like this. It's like, this old town don't look the same. The small shops have been driven out by the chains. Walk down the high street, past the stores, and everyone looks like the one before. And I don't think I want to be here anymore. That's nice. The first verse.
That's really nice. That's something new you're working on, or is that a song that you've done already?
The thing is, my songs, because my songs aren't made as records, they're just ideas.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to do them all up better, then they can, but they're ideas. And that's why, because none of them are big, I can like my Buster song, right? Time heals the pain, they say, and makes it easier day by day. Then they try to tell you everything's gonna be alright. It doesn't really help you face another lonely night. And if there is a heaven, is that where you'll be? I'd like to think that you're in heaven, just waiting there for me. And if there is a heaven, I hope that's where you'll be. 'Cause if you're not in heaven, then heaven's not for me. Well,
that's beautiful, beautiful about Buster.
That's the first verse of Buster, but then I might write another song and it'll be the same chords, because
it works. So,
you can write as many lyrics as you want to the same kind of tune, can't you?
Oh my gosh,
you have to when you only know about 6 chords.
Oh, well, no, you're very modest. I wish I had your playing ability, but it's amazing how many songs for me work with just G, D, C, and F, and thrown in there for the chorus. You know, it's pretty amazing.
Well, that's it. I think you could, if your lyrics are good.
Yeah.
The tune is sort of irrelevant. But if you've got, if I was doing a song that was just going do boop be do do yeah do do do, I'd have to have good music.
Yeah.
Because it'll be the music people are listening to there, not the dooby doos.
Exactly. Well, Frank Watkinson, thanks very much. People can find you on YouTube. Just do a search for Frank Watkinson. And how else can they find you?
I'm on Instagram, TikTok. I've got a Patreon thing, but the Patreon was just for people saying, I'd want to buy you a coffee. And I said, well, if you want to buy me a coffee, join my Patreon,
Yeah.
which is like a subscription, but you can leave it straight away.
Right.
But the reason for that is if people give you a super thanks on YouTube, they get 40-something% of it.
Well,
so it's a bit like it's what people are like donating to you, and YouTube are taking it all.
well, I really appreciate what you do, and you are just an amazing, one of a kind person.
I'll never be a diva, so don't worry about that.
Don't change. Don't ever change, Frank. Okay. Well, we'll talk to you online, and I'll send you a new song soon. And just love what you do, and tell us a bit about where you live. You live north of London, right?
Yeah, I live about 12 miles from Cambridge.
Okay.
It's easier to the university town.
Well, I wish you great spring. Spring's on the way, and
I hope so. I'm freezing here.
Yeah, it's going to warm up soon, and my wife and I are going to be taking a vacation to Mexico this year, so that'll be nice too.
Not as good as Yorkshire.
Oh, not as good as what? Yorkshire?
Yorkshire.
What? Yorkshire is the best place, huh?
Yeah.
What's in Yorkshire?
Everything. Countryside. There was have you got time?
Sure.
There was this American tourist, and he was in the Vatican, and he's looking around the Vatican City and that, and he sees this telephone booth with a gold telephone on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he says to the one of the priests, he says, "What's that for?" He said, "Oh, that's the hotline to God."
Mm.
And he goes, "Wow, how much does that cost?" He said, "It's 500 lira for a phone call for a minute." He goes, "Wow, okay." So then they go away. Then they go to Paris, and they're in like Notre Dame Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
They're going around there, and he sees this another one, golden telephone box. He goes, "Oh, you've got one of those golden phone boxes?"
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Yeah, we have." And he says, "How much is that to make a call?" And he said, "It's 500 francs to make a call for a minute."
Mm.
And he goes, "Wow, that's amazing." So then he goes over to Yorkshire in England, and he's in York Minster Cathedral, and he walks around the corner. There's another gold phone box, and he said, "Well, you've got one of them phone boxes." He goes, "Yeah, we've all got one." He says, "How much is that to make a phone call?" He said, 50 pence. And he said, 50 pence? It's 500 lira and 500 francs abroad. And he goes, "Yeah, it's a local call."
Okay. Good.
They call it God's country.
Drum roll, please. Okay, some context there.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'll have to someday maybe visit. I've never visited London or England, so I would love to someday.
That's my problem with it. Most tourists, they'll come to the UK and they want to go to London.
Yeah.
And London is a place, I live 60, 70 miles from London, and I avoid it like the plague. It's not for me.
It's probably too jammed with tourists all the time.
Yeah, tourists and buildings and dirty city, overpriced.
All right, I'll choose Yorkshire. That's my choice if I go there.
Countryside. If you just Google Yorkshire and you see some of the views and things, and you'll see why I like it.
All right, we'll leave it there. Frank Watkinson, thanks for joining us on Poets Have Something to Say. We'll check in another couple of years with you, okay?
All right, then.
All right. All right, have a wonderful night in England.
Yeah, all right, then. You have a good time.
Okay, have a good one. Thanks, Frank.
Bye.
Bye now. And there's Frank Watkinson. Thanks to Frank for doing that interview. Just a marvelous guy. That's the edition of Poets Have Something to Say for March, and I thank all of you for listening. And if you have time, subscribe to the Poet Laureate channel. It's free.